Good morning, good evening, good night. Welcome to NFT Live, Web3 Network, hanging out with some awesome folks. We're going to take you around the industry in just around an hour. A lot of stuff happening in the past 24 hours, so it's felt like an active week. Excited to be sitting here with some awesome friends, Hudah, Biggie Poppins, Gifted. We're going to go around the box. I am Nifty Q as well, co-host. Also dressed up as my fucking Dob. We are dobbing today, boys. We are dobbing today, boys. If you're wondering about my outfit, I don't usually throw on a beanie and my girlfriend's turtleneck, but I feel like I can do a little work here. So yeah, we're dobbing hard.
like this. I like this for you. I actually love this for you. You look like absolutely 100,000% more classy than you do on a normal day. I'm not trying to say that you don't have a little bit of class.
He means that.
but I feel like you really have classed it up, and you have some fuzz in your beard too. But you know, besides the fuzz in your beard, I mean, smash the like for how classy this man looks today.
The cream on cream.
Well, the funny thing is, I don't look at the Dobs collection and think classy, but that's what Q brings, right? He brings the class. It's good shit.
Absolutely.
Hey, there's a lot of classy dudes. There's some naked guys in the Dob DAO. There's a lot of things going on. We have some interesting stories to get to, not only in Say, but on Ethereum, on Solana, CryptoUndeads, obviously making some waves. We'll get to this. All right, guys, let's go quickly around. Just give me an update of what you were doing for the last 24 hours since I saw you last.
Who's up? Me up?
Yeah, you up.
Yeah, dude, been inactive actually past, let's say, 12 hours or so. Between the CryptoUndeads mint and following along some of the drama there, which was kind of wild, between that and the Quantum Cats, man, which has got me at full attention, if you know what I mean. There's so much shit happening, dude, and I'm here for all of it. Also made a big purchase earlier on Bitcoin, going hard into art over there. I believe in that blockchain. I believe in art. You put those two together, and I think we've got some grail sitting out on that chain, man. So just fun stuff all around.
All right, so I'm going to show these off. First of all, one that you didn't mention, Hudah, is you actually joined the Dob gang too. So you not only purchased what I'm about to show on the screen, you also purchased some Dobs.
I did it right when I did it during the show yesterday. You're talking about him. I see what you're seeing, man. It's just I wanted exposure to that ecosystem. I had some say, and I'm like, let me not sit and say. Let me sit in an NFT like a true degen. So yeah, I grabbed these three live yesterday. That worked out okay.
Yeah, it did. We ran a little bit. We'll talk about that in just a moment. And we also have the golden ratio here.
This collection. Like, look, it's not just me saying this. It's a lot of guys who are very early on Ethereum grails over on art blocks. Yeah, people saying this is like a Fidenza potentially or a ringer. It's something. It's one of the first very, I don't know, higher end, classier generative art pieces on a very young ecosystem. But it's got all kinds of like cool side narratives with it too. All of these pieces, and it's a tiny collection, just 420 editions, but every piece is inscribed on an old Block 9 sat. That is, again, very early sats mined by Satoshi himself. All those sats were used in the first ever Bitcoin purchase as well. So 10 Bitcoin was spent on whatever it was. Was that the pizza one? I don't know. But a lot of history attached to this piece, too. I think it's beautiful art. It has a beautiful story. And I have a little bit of a belief in it now.
All right, love it. Maybe we'll get into the details here later in the show. Biggie Poppins, we also red pilled this MFer here into Say. Finally, he was able to bridge over. He got some time, so we're doing our work.
Yeah, you definitely did, man. I'm very much like Hudah. That was my thing yesterday. Just Quantum Cats and Dobs. And I was a little bit late to the party. Like in the end, I let them run a little bit too much, in my opinion. But I'm happy to finally have my foot in the door, and I will be coming back for more down the line. So hold on to your Dobs.
All right, richest man in Arizona is saying the F even is this. This is the NFT Live. I don't know. Come here with some damn respect. This is one of the longest running NFT shows in the history of the fucking space. Love to see everybody, especially the Dobbers, coming in for the first time.
Welcome.
Biggie, did you get into anything else over the last 24, and then we'll get to that?
No. So still trying to remain disciplined, sir. But it's starting. I'm starting to walk on shaky ground, man. There's just too many good things happening. So thanks, Roblox. I do believe I'm still early, and I will be adding to my collection. It's it's a fantastic one. I've believed in it since day one. It just took me too damn long to get over there. But man, like you said, it's such a breath of fresh air, right? When you get into these really cool, like fast performing chains, you're like, this is what it's supposed to be like. Damn it. You know?
And then you're spending $50 on gas, and you're like, why am I being charged an arm and a leg? Yes, I feel that. All right, Gifted, fresh off GM Web3 Morning Show. I know X was rugging you pretty hard this morning, but you did a great job getting through that one. How are you doing, sir?
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta bend over and take it over there. You know, you gotta learn to enjoy a good hard rugging from X sometimes. I don't know. It was fine. We did what we you know, nothing's gonna stop us. We still do what we do. I think the recording will probably be okay, but apologies if the tech, you know, isn't. Hey, but we're live here on the longest running NFT show in the world. I think we can actually probably say that. So to the richest man in Arizona, thanks for finding us. Happy you're here. You know, to any new friends, happy that you're finding us finally. Took you long enough. Took you about 3+ years, but you made it. And also, it looks like some of the Dobs are making it, which is awesome. Biggie said, yo, I'm actually very bullish because Gifted actually joined an NFT Discord. It's true.
Dude,
I have not joined a Discord for a random NFT project in years at this point, but for whatever reason, the Dobs are my vibe. And so I did join the Discord. And the first thing, as soon as I said like, what's up in the general Dobs chat, was somebody being like, yo, what's up? I found out about Dobs from NFT Live. Thanks for the alpha, bro. I was like, yes. That's what it's about. That's what I want to see. So shout out to the Dob fam. We got Hudah and Biggie in, and Say was up like 10 to 15% literally right before the show started. So I don't know if you want to pull up that chart, but Say running 2. I don't know.
Well, that's an interesting part about all of it. Obviously, Dob is I think it did more volume by like 5 to 6x than even WeBump, right? Which was previously the top as it comes to volume. So yeah, a lot of energy, all of that stuff, but it has a lot to do with where does Say as a blockchain go? And we can get that conversation going here in just a moment. And Gif, let me pull up the Say coin for you just to see where we're at. Just to give you a little, ooh. Wow, we were just hitting on all fronts. I think that's an all-time high. I think that's an all-time high at 80.
That's what I told you.
Damn.
So, by the way, we're going to be over here on the X platform sharing out the show. So if you can do the same thing, help us get the word out, especially tag the Dob fam today. We're going to be dobbing it up today. So tag all your Dob homies on X.
Gifted's going to love this because Dob just retweeted. I definitely had to hit up X and share that I was dressed up as my Dob today, and they hit it. They hit it. Appreciate it. All right, we're going to jump into a lot of other things other than what's happening on Say. CryptoUndeads over there on Solana. Dookey Unclogged had a lot more details here to get into. Because initially we thought, oh, Dookey Unclogged is just going to be a reskin or just they're going to roll that out. It goes a lot more in depth. We have some airdrops to look at. We have Nifty Island launching. Portal announced some stuff. Blast. I mean, it's just it feels like a active week, man. So I'm excited to get rolling here on the show. Gifted, before we get rolling, man, you know what to do. What are we hitting these fools with?
Y'all know what it is. It's the old handy dandy. That's right. Do not speckle. That means it's not financial advice. We're not financial advisors.
I was gonna take off his fucking hoodie.
Yeah, I'm look, we're all trying to be memes today. So Q's is Dob. I'm trying to be that like you know, that guy behind the tree, whatever. I don't know what you call that meme. What's the point? The point is do not speckle. Just remember, no matter what you hear and how smart we sound, it's not financial advice. It never was and never will be. So your bags are your bags, and always do your own research.
All right, love it. As we get started on today's episode, I want to give a quick shout out. I think he's in the comment section now. Trips. I think it's his first time here on NFT Live. So big shout out if it is y'all's first time watching. I wanted to start it off with this because he commented on it. Which of y'all's bags is this? So Alan Carroll says bag holders with their worthless NFTs. I want to know from my co-host up here from the comment section, what NFT bag is this? We'll go around the quad box here.
Dude, not enough time in the day or the fucking week. Are you kidding?
I'll go first, dude. This is me looking at my doodles.
Oh, dang. I don't know, man. Like, I was reminded of one recently. I don't know if you recall it. Remember that Degen Party DAO or something like that?
Degen Party DAO.
Yeah, it was. Gary,
that sounds like a Giselle Von Kitten move.
Involved. Yeah, it didn't do very well. That's definitely one of those that are in the graveyard, or I might have sent to burned it in exchange for something. I don't know.
I'll just say it could be literally any of my bags, but I'll throw out a couple. How about Deadfellas? How about Chungos? I mean, there's just so many. I don't want to shit on every single project that I love.
They're already dead.
No, I'll do that for you. I'm ready to shit on everything. So
great.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the Tezos blockchain. That's what that is.
Wow, full blockchain.
God damn, it hurts to say it, but man. Sorry, guys.
No, I love it. I fucking love it. Biggie, I need an answer here.
I said, right? The Degen Party DAO.
Oh, Degen Party DAO. Okay, I was expecting something bigger.
I need to go rummage through my wallets, but believe you and me, there's plenty more cadavers, buried in the background. It's just like I don't like to look back.
Robotos, Robotos.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I literally could go on forever on this, but Hudah had to fucking mention the whole Tezos ecosystem, and now we lost their one follower. They probably just unsubbed.
Dude, so I'm their biggest follower. I'm their biggest freaking collector, other than Hassan, or Masan. Yeah. It's me. It's me behind him, and I'm so sad about that.
We're gonna bring back life into all those art pieces, right? When we teleburn them over into Bitcoin.
Oh, I hope to God that happens, dude. That would be magical. And I still have been very tempted to reach out to artists and ask them about that.
Okay, I'm super interested in this next topic. We're going to get rolling on today's episode, talk what's been breaking over the last 24 hours. If this is your first time, this is NFT Live. Me and my beautiful co-hosts up here cover the space daily at 1 p.m. Eastern on this network. If it's your first time here, hit the fucking subscribe button. If it is your first time here, you can even hold out on the like button for a little while. See if you like the content, and I'm sure you will. And that's when you're going to hit that like button. So let's get started on today's show. So I do have the CryptoUndeads Drop. I believe Hudah and Biggie Poppins were able to get into this whitelist. Yes, I want them to speak on this. Right now, the floor is at 13 SOL. That is without an art reveal. That is without any details. That is with no Discord. What the heck is going on? Is this going to be successful? Give me your take.
I'm crying. We could have sold at 20.
Dude, that's it. I mean, man, I had that gentleman's bet agreement, whatever, about the price over under 17, and I took that under so damn fast. I don't know, man. It was not a great mint, okay? Like, some people I know did not get their NFT, and other people got 9+. Like, they really messed up that mint somehow, some way. Now, at the same time, I had mine listed, and I delisted it after reading the tweet of theirs. Biggie, we were talking. Do you remember what that?
Yeah, dude, we were right there, like list, delist, list, delist.
The tweet was like that generic, like, buckle up, we're here for the long haul. Like, things are going to get magical. And I'm like, oh my God, yes, they are. Yes, they are. And I delisted it. And
they got you.
Are you getting the FOMO? You're too experienced for that.
No, I'm the worst. This is the worst.
Dude, I am constantly reminded at times like this that we are absolutely just big children. Like we're like, these are our toys, and we're just like big dumb children playing with toys. That's all this shit is, and it's fun.
It's why when people said PFPs would never come back, I'm like, that's the stupidest take. Dude. There's no way they don't come back, because exactly what I did. Like, that reason alone.
And gamble, like, people are always going to gamble and speculate. It's like human nature So yeah, I agree. The people that, dude, everybody wants to dance on any grave that they can to try an engagement farm, and I don't know.
All right, I was referencing this drop as Mechaverse. It was a little bit of a joke. I know Mo, you took it and ran with it and said, why is this similar? The reason, in my opinion, that this is very similar is because it's pre-reveal. You don't know much about what the heck is to come. What is the project even? And we're throwing $3 million at this. That's essentially what they've raised here without having said anything other than the fact that they are going to have a token advisor or someone on the team that is a master degen tokenomics major, and that's what we know. So is this, I don't even know where to go with this. Like, is this going to like flop pretty heavily? Like Mechaverse obviously got up to like 8 ETH at one point or something like that, tumbled all the way down. I don't even want to look at it right now. But is this going to be a flop, or are they going to go into the future and be okay?
I don't think it'll flop. How well it'll do depends on execution. I think there's a lot already being hinted at, whether it's their little tokenomics growth hack kind of marketing play. Also, like with Hudah, we were talking yesterday, and of course the tweet came out, and it's like, we're watching you as collectors. People that don't list and don't sell are going to be rewarded. And, those are like magical words for degens. Having said that, I think, that I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt for the time being.
Yeah, they're going to do a token. Like, I just think it feels obvious. I'm expecting a token. I'm expecting all the typical degen stuff. Again, if they time it nicely with the Jupiter drop, I still think that's going to be ridiculous. Like, I just do. I don't know why, but Spidey sense is there. I think Solana is gonna cycle back around here, man.
All right, Ja was saying the bottom is not in yet. I can't tell if you're talking about the CryptoUndeads or the general market. Let me know, because if you, or Tez, the bottom's much lower. I do feel like I'm coming more out of my shell when it comes to thinking that we are at least at the very early stages of a bull market. There's a lot of things happening all at once in succession. It just feels like it. And it's really cool to, be on the precipice of that. I'm not saying we're in this like middle of it, but we are on the precipice.
I do agree that, and I mean that literally. We are on the edge of a precipice, as in, and wow. we require that. These, to get into a proper bull run, you need a proper bloodbath, a pullback, and I think we are on the verge of it. If you take to heart what many people have said before, markets move in the direction of pain. There's a lot of euphoria, a lot of hopium going on around right now. So I would encourage you all to just tread lightly. The halving's not even in, tax season hasn't passed by. All of these things do come with their particular effects on the market, right? Not to mention, again, the environment around the world, right? That can also just, the typical black swans that can come and just kneecap us temporarily. I am very much enjoying this early January action, but I think, I still think that you should not be surprised with some future pullbacks, which I would call them opportunities, by the way. I'll be looking to get some extra Dobs when that happens. So if you're speculating out there, I'm looking.
All right, here's my last question to the group. Maybe a little bit more direct here with the CryptoUndeads before we move on. Mm-hmm. Is the art going to be good?
It better be. That's definitely a big part of how this floor price is going to react. I do.
Dude, how good can okay? Dude. Let's be honest. How good can pixel art be? Like, what is the best?
My PFP.
Best pixel art. Moonbirds, I would say is good pixel art. Absolutely.
CryptoUndead.
Yeah, there's
CryptoUndeads.
No, you're talking about genuine undead, right? Genuine.
This is it. This is the peak.
Genuine undead is one of the only ones that comes to mind when I'm like, oh, this is actually aesthetically pleasing, cool pixel art. And yeah, you can make a case that like CryptoPunks, for what they are art. They're interesting. They're at least clear characters that have scaled very well across many different mediums now. But dude, like, I just think the vast majority of pixel art is not that interesting or good. You're very limited with what you can do. So what's the point? What am I trying to say? I'm saying like getting your hopes up about this being like phenomenal art is, I think, gonna be that's how you get what Q's saying is possible here, is everybody hypes this up way beyond the value that's actually in these JPEGs. And that's where it's like, yeah, then they really have to do tokens or other things to justify raising millions and millions of dollars right now. Because I don't think this is an art play. I think it'll be cool as far as pixel art goes. But to me, again, the ceiling's kind of low on how cool pixel art can be.
I would push back against that a little bit, Gif. I think, you know, the reason pixelated art does so well in crypto is because it, you know, it pulls on the heartstrings of so many of its participants who grew up, you know, like, let's be real here. Although there are a lot of
8-bit art, yeah, 16-bit,
like
Neon Cat
degen people out there, you know, like the majority of the people, the ones that have like, you know, the power, the liquidity to actually go out and purchase these JPEGs are people that enjoy pixelated art. And I think that with those constraints, those limitations that you're describing when it comes to being creative with art, it's a very high bar because it's a fine line to toe. But if you're able to pull it off and do good pixelated art,
dude, okay, Neon Cat and Chris, amazing pixel art, and then Forgotten Runes. Okay, so like, yes, it's possible, and you're right, Biggie. I agree. It's like within the limitation, there is beauty to like being creative within that box, and so it can be done. I'm just saying, man, like I wouldn't be getting my hopes up for this to like blow your socks off when they reveal the art, because I think that those misaligned expectations are dangerous. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
All right, I'm going to transition us here to the next topic. Everybody that's watching here on YouTube or on X, a bunch of y'all are over there watching on X. So we see you guys. We appreciate the support. If it's your first time here, this is NFT Live. We do this show daily, 1 p.m. Eastern, with all these awesome co-hosts up here that have a lot of great takes. Everybody kind of is in their own lane and does what they do well. So we have some great discussions all of the time. We will get to what's happening on Say. We will get to Dobs. Like, honestly, Dob being not a pixelated project is probably made it stand out amongst what we see on Say right now, which is a bunch of copy pasta, a bunch of just pixelated art, and I don't know how many
low
of
effort
the
pixel art.
Yeah, like Saiyans probably looks. I like Saiyans. I like the Colony when it comes to the pixel art that's on there now. Biggie, real quick, let's go on in a quick news piece here. Celestia stakers and Eigenlayer restakers qualify for an alt layer drop. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I saw that, shared it on the Telegram. It's pretty interesting. Like, it's, you know, one of those narratives that's turning out to, I don't know. Like, I don't know if you've seen them online, like that Celestia and Eigenlayer are going to be like this cycle's 3-3. I hope it doesn't end like that, but it sure does seem like you're getting a lot of the benefits if you are staking with those protocols, and that's great.
Yeah, I'll drop that link there. It does say that they are on Binance Launch Pool, backed by Balaji, Polychain Capital. I mean, there's Jump Capital. There's a lot of names in there that are interesting for alt layer. And if you are on Eigenlayer, definitely check that out. I think you do have this airdrop along with Celestia stakers. All right, I'm going to move us into another larger topic here, guys. One that hits close to home. I am a Bored Ape Yacht Club member. I have been since pretty much the very beginning. It's been a long and arduous bear market for Bored Apes. The last time we saw any significant tailwinds for BAYC, for Yuga Labs, was Dookey Dash. And so they're running that shit back with Dookey Dash Unclogged. Initially, I was like, they're just going to reskin this game. It's just going to be, you know, what have you. They're doing a lot of cool stuff here. One is UGC. So we're seeing that with Nifty Island, where creators are going to be able to go in and create their own items. They're going to be doing season passes. I don't know if that means there's any ape coin component. New power-ups, and it's going to be mobile-friendly, released to everyone. So there's a lot more updates. And the last thing I will add, they were rolling out all over X. You could see different, you know, quote unquote influencers talking about being on the Yuga Labs Gaming Council. I love that, because that, again, is what Yuga Labs has been, or Bored Ape Yacht Club has been about, is that Web3 ethos, people vibing, people having a good time, doing it together.
That was, to me, the biggest takeaway from it. Like, Dookey Dash, cool. But yeah, Easy, Tropo Farmer, Squiddy, like some actual legit dudes with followings that they're on this gaming council. I think brilliant move on their part. Now, they didn't do that last time, did they?
No.
Yeah, I mean, like big brain move. I think that's cool. It's maybe the start of them making some good decisions here, which is really nice for a change.
That is the hope, man. And they went to a lot of heavy hitters. I know Arenji and a couple of these other guys are part of that council. Guys, any thoughts here on Bored Ape Yacht Club? The other tie-in here looks like XNFT is saying Pudgies is 10 ETH away, and Hudah, you were mentioning in our chat that Pudgies is at 16 ETH. We were talking about the flippering yesterday, but guys, let's stick on Bored Ape Yacht Club right now. Thoughts on this release and what they're doing into the future?
Is this going to be like similarly formatted where it's like a short-term mini game?
Nope. It looks like what they're doing is literally releasing this as a long-term game, season passes, all of that stuff.
Wow. So it's a live service.
Yes.
All right. I mean, they need some wins. So like hopefully it is as cool as people think and even better than the original.
Yeah, what's interesting to me, it's related. It's not right on topic here, but Katz pointed this out to me yesterday that the Supreme Court is not going to hear a case that was about like, remember how the Apple App Store was blocking apps that have links to purchases outside of their app store?
Yes.
Right. They're not going to revisit that case, meaning games like this can exist in the on the App Store, in the Google Play Store, and then they can sell things again outside of the app and avoid that fee. Yeah, I think it's really cool to see this now as a mobile game that's open for everyone, because that is now a legit revenue stream or an option in a way it wasn't before. So this is cool. I love that I don't have to have an NFT to play it. I'm excited to actually try it for the first time. Yeah, all good things.
Mobile as well. I'll be interested to see what they do with the season pass. Is it going to be ApeCoin related? And that's the recurring revenue piece. If you can do some really cool stuff with a season pass, charge maybe $5-10 to take part of it, there starts to become the flywheel. It's something they didn't do before. Guys, we talked about Pudgies yesterday. I feel like we don't need to dive in to that. But yeah, hitting 16 ETH today. It's getting closer,
man. Impressive.
Yeah, Lil's up to 1.5. So I mean, they're all moving, and really, I think Lil's have a little room to still catch up, right? So it is getting juicy.
All right, I don't want to talk about Nakamigos. Does anybody want to talk about Nakamigos?
No. I just want to see, have they posted anything, because something's supposed to happen today. So it's just, have they actually? Okay, new contract.
Bearish. Sorry.
I tend to agree, because again, I think that the way that they rolled out cloaks was not very. It wasn't that great.
Can we look at the holder base queue?
Yeah.
I
Unique
think
holders, it's low.
Yeah, I think it's still pretty fucking concentrated, right? Like,
it's very concentrated.
All right, so
yeah,
I see what you're up to.
Nakamigos. Oh, there's a Nakamigos.
Of course there is.
Yeah.
And Snepsid's,
all right,
trying to launch Nakamigos inscriptions.
28%.
Yeah, it's not horrible, but for the size, yeah, I mean, it's not horrible. You want to be above 30% though. You really do. And they've never, I don't think, cracked that 30% mark.
What's the floor on them?
0.219.
And like 30K NFTs in that ecosystem at this point. Is that right?
40.
40. Dude.
40,000.
And yeah, that holder ratio with that kind of number is just crazy.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
All right,
like it, boys.
All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to touch on some other alt-chain stuff. But before we get into Say, because I know Jawa was saying don't FUD my Say bags, we're going to do the opposite. Well, first of all, I'm going to come out and say I hold Say. I hold pretty much everything in that goddamn ecosystem.
Full disclosure.
Full fucking disclosor. And then we're going to do the opposite.
He's dressed up like a Dob because he's got 12 of them. He's bag biased.
Dude, I want to do that. Yeah, this is not the guy.
If there was, look, if there was a picture in the dictionary next to the term bag bias, that's it. This guy. This is what bag bias looks like.
All
So
right.
full disclosure.
Look, I got a ton of Dobs in the chat. Jeremy SP is saying Dobs are better than WeBump. I think I would maybe agree with that at this point. The whitelist opportunities have been kind of going down when it comes to quality, so I would agree.
But you gotta prove it by sharing this on X with all your Dob friends. You gotta go share this with all your Dob friends. We are hyping the fuck out of Dobs because we all own Dobs. Everybody up here on stage are early Dob adopters. We are early adopters. Okay. So make sure to give us some love.
Here's what we need, though. I want somebody to post the YouTube link there in chat. If you guys can go, I'm watching the Dob chat. Before we start the Say conversation, I want to get a couple more Dobs in here to see if we can't liven this up. So if you guys can share that in the Dob Discord, that would be legit, and then we can get going. Folk U is in the house. XNFT say Ben ETH is probably still the biggest Naka holder. Cat's Fanatic, that guy is such a nerd bringing up Supreme Court decisions.
Agreed. Love him.
Simply Sunday saying, I just don't know how most popular games are AAA that were made with $1 billion. Call of Duty. Can Yuga Labs really make a game that could be as popular? I think so because of the amount of... They have a pretty strong treasury. They really do. They do. Okay, some of the links are coming through. I see you guys posting on YouTube. Let's see... Marty McFly saying, are you still Blast haters? We touched on Blast, the Blast event yesterday. Any follow-ups on Blast as we kind of take in the news yesterday, which is that they were hosting that event for devs to get on the testnet. Apparently, they weren't producing blocks for an hour. That was the kind of story today.
You know, Marty, hate is a very strong word that I do not, I only reserve to my most particular enemies. You really have to inspire a tremendous amount of violence in me to, actually shower hate upon you, much less for like builders in this space. Having said that, I am a Blast doubter at the time being, and I really liked what, and when I mean doubter is like not because it's not going to perform well or do well. It's just like, will it ship at the time that it's SPIP? And I really, if you go back to yesterday's show, I think Mark said some very wise words there, and that is that you don't have to be the first to get into these things. I definitely would like to wait and see how this thing performs and wait for it to be launched, than necessarily ape into it or lock up my ETH. That was my initial thought of it, and I think you will see that some of these protocols that have basically enthralled you and into staking your ETH with them, not all of them are going to be great. Like, I think Manta right now has turned out to be not, what people were expecting. I don't know what Blast is going to do. I don't think the issue there is going to be so much as to like what you're going to get in return for having locked up your ETH. I just think that it's Hotel California. There's going to be more Ponzi-nomics for you to keep that liquidity there. How does it perform? It's going to be dependent upon the apps built upon it. And so that's what I'm waiting for.
I love it. Great comments coming through the chat. All right, look, you guys shilled in the Dob Discord. I will give you that. So we are going to start talking about Say. And why don't we talk about Say doing the easiest thing possible and the first thing possible? Go over to Compass. If this is your first time, you don't know what the frick is going on, I just dropped the Compass wallet Twitter there. That's the easiest way to do this stuff. Don't go on Google. Don't get fished into creating a wallet that they end up draining you for thousands of dollars. Don't do it. Don't go that route. Just go on X, go to compasswallet.io/download. You can go over here, click into it. It'll take you to a handy dandy site. You download it for whatever extension you're using, and now you're set up. You do your private key, you do all that stuff.
We're doing Say 101 today.
Something else?
I look, yeah, share something else. What's up?
Well, yesterday it happened to me, and I know it happens to other people. And it's the worst place to be in when you're drenched in FOMO. You want to get over to that other chain and like get your Dob on, but fucking Coinbase, for whatever reason requires you to like wait 48 hours until you can withdraw your funds. What do? Well, I used this and it was fantastic. It was a great experience, and it worked perfectly. Like I was able to switch my ETH into Say. I didn't even have to like wait to get like, into an exchange and ask somebody to send me a couple of Say so I could trade my ETH into Say directly into Say. It was awesome. Didn't have to hook up any wallets. It was great. You just send to an exchange wallet address that makes the exchange for you, and you select the wallet where you want to receive the funds. It was great. So this was something that saved my ass yesterday, because you heard me, Q. I was like, I waited too long, and the Dobs started running, and I needed to get there ASAP.
I know. I was in the process of sending Biggie Pop and Say. I was like, if you're going to be locked up on Coinbase or something, I will send you something. So, all right, we're doing onboarding here while we're here on NFT Live. Like, if you don't understand that we are onboarding millions via this show, I don't know what to tell you. You've got the swap. I've been using Coinbase, by the way. You can do the swap on Coinbase. You can send to the Addy. That's been my route. I probably will use Simple Swap from here on out. Then you head over to the handy dandy Pallet Exchange, which is the biggest NFT marketplace that you'll see on Say, and you'll find some good projects. And right now, what I'm looking at here, guys, is probably the top 4 or 5. The last project I'm probably looking at that is pseudo legitimate is Say and by Cole.
Sangoose.
You got a bag you want to show? Go ahead.
Yeah, not what we're doing here. Isn't
Yeah,
that
my bad. Go ahead. Yeah, you're right.
Today the pump my bags show? I thought that's what this was. No, I got a bunch of quecks and Sangoos, especially because they're cute. They're the cutest little. Yeah, they're the cutest little penguin play, and we all know that penguins moon no matter what. That's just what penguins do. And there's another There's another earlier penguin project that's just not as cute, so fuck them. Sangoos are where it's at, but no, right now primarily we're here to respect the Dob, and we've got some great people popping in here in the comments. By the way, shout out Craxy, looking especially Dauber, which is of course the updated term for dapper, with a new PFP. Shout out to you. But yeah, man, I picked up 2 more yesterday, and somebody else, I think it was XNFT, saying they were minted for 40 and they hit 400. So they've already 10x'd, and you don't see that often these days, other than maybe something like an Undead. And this wasn't that hyped. This was not like a crazy hype fucking situation, but it's already 10x'd.
Yeah, I don't want to dive into like a full rabbit hole with Dob. We've been giving him flowers all week. I think the art and the timing was spectacular. There's not really much going on as far as a product is concerned, right? Like they didn't come out like WeBump and say, hey, we got this platform where other projects can actually launch and do all that stuff. It's mainly just speculation and vibes. Biggie, say bye, dude. Say bye.
Yeah, sorry, fellas. I have to jump off to do Command Day today. Always love hanging out with you. OVOT. I'll see you tomorrow. Thirst Trap Thursdays. Take care.
Later, man. All right, I'm going to check out that space. Apparently, there's another space as well going on with Ray, the co-founder of Dob. I think he's on Cool Time Spaces today, so we'll see. Last update I'll do with Dob, because, again, I don't want to go down a full rabbit hole. This is what you saw when you first got to the website, right? Boom. They keep referencing break the wall, but this is what we got today. It says, we tried a lot but couldn't break the wall. Hope you find a way.
What in the world?
That looks like a new little creature.
It looks like kind of like a new Dob. I will say people have been saying like break the wall is some type of like interchain feature. Like maybe they'll jump to a different chain, break through to a different
multi-chain, omni-chain. All right.
Give us your guesses there in chat. I would love to see it. All right. Ja was saying I love the Sangoos.
Yeah, Sangoos are cute as fuck. What else do you need, honestly, in a PFP project?
Marty McFly saying, I love that Say is Beanie, Q, and Biggie pumping it. Nice. Guys, we're just getting started here. We were sweeping floors at 150. I think it was like 160 2 days ago. Immaculate timing. I mean, that's a lot of luck, to be honest, to get a little bit lucky there. But I'm glad everybody's in the boat with me.
Q, did you see that GM Capital? Like Beanie's group, they said they're looking to invest in Say projects. That was just yesterday, I think.
Yeah, so who was posting? Somebody posted in our chat, I believe, that Beanie was like opening up a Telegram.
Oh shit, interesting.
Well, I think it's
like
he's trying to add to his Telegram more Say people. I think that's what it is. I don't think it's a new Telegram. I think it's a new channel in his existing Telegram. But whatever, I'm not joining it because we got our own VIP Telegram that we're managing that's fucking lit. That's where the Stay Alpha's at, by the way. Yo, we had 43 people in here just a minute ago. I think we can get it above 50 today though.
I think so.
But it's up to you out there hearing my voice right now. Go share it on X, let them know we're in here, and this guy Nifty Q's dressed up like a mother Dob and Dob. It's absolutely hilarious. Anyway, happy to have y'all. Smash the like while you're at it. Let's go.
Yeah, I tried to get close, guys. I know it's not a complete. I don't know if I can get my skin color this kind of.
No, you're pretty much there. You're pretty white, dude.
I'm pretty okay. All right, cool. All right, sounds good. All right, we are going to get to some more pieces of news. I will say Kryptonite and Sailor had an update. We're waiting on a Dragon Swap news as well, which is looking to be probably they want to probably be the largest DEX on the chain. So a lot of headwind or tailwinds here for Say. The token's doing extremely well. I know Biggie was very vocal there when I was talking about the market. Do you guys feel like we're going to see some type of dump? It sounded like Biggie was looking for blood on the streets before he wanted to make that call.
I don't see it. I don't see a major dump, but I'm not going to be surprised to see Bitcoin maybe down to, I don't know, I guess would you call 35 a major dump? It's major.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess
probably that's
yes.
probably what a lot of people are thinking from here, right? As far as like a correction goes, that blood on the streets means some kind of serious correction. And yeah, maybe that does happen. I think like that's the worst that it gets right now, because I think largely it's going to be tracking sideways until the halvening. Halving. There's the flippening, there's the dobbening. When ultimately the Dobs flip Bored Apes, that'll be the dobbening. We have the flippering. How many others can we handle? But the halvening is a real thing.
We technically already had a dobbening with the Saiyans. They were below Saiyans for a long time.
I like that. All right, so we already had the first dobbening. There you go. Yes. Do we coin new terms here every single day? Absolutely. You're welcome.
Dude, someone that doesn't like the dob, I don't know how you couldn't, but someone that doesn't like it's just like turning us off right now. They're like, holy shit, is this what it's gonna be? Is this it?
Only on days where Q dresses up like one of his 12 Dobs.
That's fair. That's fair. Last thing I'll mention here, kind of closing out the combo. Again, we showed you some DeFi plays as well. Reach out to me on X if you want to, and I can answer any questions. But the 24-hour volume is what really is interesting about what happened over the past 24 hours. I mean, that is almost 5x the nearest competitor. That is crazy interest in this.
That's wild.
Yeah, so we'll see.
That's the kind of separation that means something, right? Because just to draw a quick parallel here, I was early calling, like when Mad Lads started to run and it was already like people like, whoa, this is getting crazy expensive. I was like, yo, if you look at the trajectory and how they're separating from the other PFPs on Solana right now, like they were doing 2 to 3x their next closest, like I think it was the Claynosaurs or like whatever the next biggest PFPs on Sol were. I was like, yo, these aren't going to stop. I think these are pulling away and establishing themselves meaningfully as like the, status symbol PFP of Solana. And that's exactly what they did. They kept fucking running. They kept going, and they are very expensive now. And they'll probably keep going because, again, at a good time, they established themselves like as a leader. And I think that's what could be what Dobs is doing right now. That's a crate because that's doing 5x the volume of your next closest
without a product,
dude.
Like WeBump has a legitimate launch pad. They've worked with half of the projects on Say. They're offering all of these whitelist. Dob just did it without doing any of that.
Yeah, and so obviously, the team has to do something. I think I do think that they have some work to do to kind of claim that momentum and make sure that it goes somewhere. But they don't have to do that much because it's not really a utility play. Yeah, it's exactly. That's well said. It's not really a utility play. It's a vibes and an art play primarily.
Yeah.
Most people aren't there because they're expecting a token or some crazy platform. I think everybody just wants to be early on like what's the cool community. And if you can fucking do that, that's where you get the sort of gods parallel. Is that like
it is.
The gods weren't really like, they were trying to ship products, but it was mostly just art and a cool community to be part of.
And on a new chain. There's a lot of parallels there.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna move on here. Again, we will be, keeping track of the Say ecosystem. We are pretty bullish on what's happening over there, along with some other altchains. Portal took over the space a month ago. I'm only briefly going to mention this because Base is another one of the chains that I'm following along with Say that I think is going to be pretty big. A lot of Portal projects got the bid after Portal announced that they're going to be deploying on Base as well. So games on Base are going to be working with Portal potentially. And just to give a little bit of context, Portal's trying to be a Steam of sorts for Web3. They want all of these games to be using their token and all this stuff. So that's not the only platform that they are going to be working with, but this announcement led to a lot of pumps on the Base side as well.
So one of the things that I've been thinking about that it seems like we've done a pretty good job of so far on our network and within our Telegram and shit is the sort of zig while people are zagging. And Q, you've been very good at this, and I think a lot of us have been kind of following. But specifically, what am I talking about? Like if you look at the Toshi chart right now, like that's heating up. Base, I think, is starting barely to just simmer. And then Say, it seems like Say and Base are two specific sort of zigs while everybody's been zagging opportunities that we've been pretty early on that I think are probably very good moves. That's how I feel right now, right? Like everybody's been kind of elsewhere looking at Bitcoin ordinals or Solana. Not that much attention has been on Base or Say. And we've been talking about these now for the last 2 to 3 months. And so like we've all, like a lot of us in our community have been moving some funds over there at, I think, a very early time. And I'm feeling pretty good about that right now.
Yeah, and to be fair, there's a lot of wins that can be had on a lot of different chains, but yeah, Base has had a couple W's just being early over there. And I think the hardest thing to do in that is the waiting game. It's just waiting for people to show up, is putting your seeds or whatever analogy you want to make, putting that in the ground and just waiting for the rain, and the rain being liquidity of other folks getting in. So that's the toughest part with Base right now is you see some wins, but really the flood is going to bring Toshi to bonk heights and things like that. So stuff. But all right, Hudah, I want your take, because obviously working over at Crypto Slam, you guys are covering a lot of the just broader industry, the different chains and stuff like that in a different way than we are. So anything you want to bring up in that environment?
Yeah, just in the general market. In fact, let me share my screen here because I'm peeking at it now, which I do throughout the day. Just got to get an overview of like what's going on because things do change so fast. Man, all of a sudden here, Pudgy Penguins, of course, we just mentioned their 16 ETH, but they shot up to the #1 project here all of a sudden. It was Mint ID before that, which, guys, pre-show we were talking about it. I had no idea what Mint ID is. Sounds like it's a new L2 that's coming with maybe some backing or integration with NFT scan. I still got to look into that, but again, hot collection that kind of came up out of nowhere. Ohadi. What the hell is Ohadi, guys? Because I remember this, or Ohadi. I remember this from like a year ago. But why is this moving now? Do you guys know this project?
No.
Okay.
Definitely not. I did see some people talking about it on Spaces yesterday, but I've nothing about it. I'm curious though, did we ever get any clarity on like the Dookey situation? Is that all wash trading? Is that legit?
It's not, dude. That was just some rando. Like, okay, Dookey is a legit ecosystem. Whatever clown replied to Tyler saying like, don't count the Avalanche, sales. It's legitimate sales. They got real collectors. You go in their Discord, they're very active. Dude. They have good stuff.
Dude, the OAudi is the alt layer piece that we like. Click into OAudi and go to their Twitter profile.
They're doing an airdrop.
That's the alt layer drop that we were just talking about.
Okay.
This is probably an NFT associated with that protocol.
That's it. That's it. Pieced it all together. Yeah.
Yeah. So as far as like zigging while other people are zagging goes, like Avalanche PFPs could be another opportunity. I don't know. I don't know
I would
enough
say they most
about it.
definitely are, dude. Yeah, I'm with you, and I've been kind of calling that for weeks at this point, and I think they are just starting to get cooking in a way, kind of like Say. I really am starting to see these L2s move. It's these indexes that were really giving me that early insight into where things are moving. So these indexes, for anyone who's not seen them, which is probably most people, but they measured the NFT markets. This Forecast 500, it measures the broader ecosystem. I think there's like 13 or 14 blockchains counted in here. But you can get in a little more specific here on the individual blockchain indexes. Guys, I've been saying for a while, though, that momentum is shifting from Solana and it's moving to ETH. You see it here in the past 7 days. Still, look at the past 7 days here. Now, Solana, maybe it looks like it's starting to kind of, stabilize or whatever, but Ethereum's still ramping up, which is absolutely awesome to see. And Polygon also up too. So again, it's just this move away from Solana. It's kind of what made me think that Undeads may not fare so well too. But these are great to look at, guys, just as a temperature check. They're pretty damn spot on to see what ecosystems are doing well because it's measuring the value of those ecosystems.
Yeah, we were talking about catalysts, right? Like the portal thing for base was a catalyst. I think Dobs in and of themselves is a catalyst. Like the fact that they're doing super well. Like are Undeads? Like I don't want to call it the only hope, but if this goes poorly, like what can Solana look and point to say, hey, you guys liquidity needs to start flowing into the blockchain?
It's just the Jupe airdrop is the
that's fair.
We keep talking about. Beyond that, I don't know because the Saga Chapter 2 isn't going to deliver till mid 2025. So
yeah.
I don't know.
That's where I'm at with it too. I'm sitting here thinking, what do they have coming? Again, I mentioned this, I think yesterday. I know the builders there, the guys who are building actual applications. There's a lot going on behind the scenes, but the stuff that us degens are looking for, like what NFT project it's building, I don't see it. Like who's the Taproot Wizards of Solana?
Yeah.
Like who are the guys doing that? And I don't see it. Mad Lads though, other than Mad Lads.
That's
Clanosaurs. Yeah, it's very limited to, dude. This is,
I think this is a short-term conversation though, right? Like Solana has shown now that they could survive the atomic bomb that is FTX and the bear market happening at once. They're going to be around. No one's going to count those motherfuckers out again. And so long-term, I think they'll be fine. But it's just in this short-term time frame. What's the catalyst for the next wave? And maybe it's not there at all. But yeah, maybe the Jupiter airdrop. So maybe DeFi. Okay. All right. On the ETH side, which felt like for like the last month, it was almost in decline. Like people were just, it's amazing how fast this space moves. Because now we're talking up on ETH and all the collections and everything there. Nifty Island is launching today. I believe there's other projects involved with Nifty Island that aren't just Ethereum based, but primarily you see the IP, it's a lot of ETH projects. And this has been, obviously majorly hyped. It's going to be open for everyone. So there is a potential play to airdrop for even you listening at home as well. Like, if you like NFTs and you like this ecosystem, I think you should 100% be participating in this Nifty Island. I don't know what that looks like. We don't have the specific details, but apparently you're going to be playing the game, earning through quests, and participating in different collections that can drop rewards to you. So, yeah, huge stuff. We'll see how it goes though. There's a launch party happening now.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna try this. Like I really am, and I didn't realize that you get multipliers on like maybe your airdrop if you use certain avatars. Maybe if you use any of the avatars that like they've integrated into the game. So I run around with my VX Kong, and I'm gonna get like multiples on my airdrop. So I'm definitely doing that.
And CryptoUndeads is in there, so I don't know if we can pull that up, but either way, shout out Cam again, Cam Taylor and the CryptoUndeads
cool.
Familia. They got Mirai, which is one of their awesome 3D characters integrated in. And I'm not saying that we were, the nudge that got them in the game, but I mean, we were, but whatever. No, they're doing fantastic work, and I couldn't be more excited to test out playing one of the CryptoUndeads characters.
Guys, with XNFT's comment there, I agree with him so much. I just keep hearing from my Solana buddies that Jupe airdrop is going to be massive, like huge.
I mean, the Jito airdrop was initially what got everybody excited about getting to these other chains and using the products. So, I mean, yeah, I could totally see that.
You still have about a week and a half left. So jupe.io, I believe, is the place. I think it could be worth just going and trading a little bit over there. I don't know. I've used it a fair amount, so I'm hopefully going to get something, but I might try and do a little bit more trading in the next week or so.
Remind me too. It's just swapping tokens.
I think so, man. They also have some kind of wormhole like staking thing that I think if you put a little bit into that, it might factor in. I'm not usually the one who's deep into the weeds on like exactly how these things work, so I don't know. But I think a lot of it is just using the platform, trading back and forth, volume of how much you're swapping, etc. Because that's the primary function of what Jupe is. It's a DEX, right? So I would assume they're going to be looking at volume and activity in different ways. But
all right, Cam Taylor saying Mirai is the best, most detailed character in Nifty Island. So the Cryptos are going to be standing out there on the Nifty Island. I also want to briefly show a video here. Hantao is here showing off the in-game UI and design here as well. It looks like you're going to come in. You could potentially get on to the popular islands. You can make your own island, and you can also complete quests for rewards. So those are probably all checkpoints that you want to sit and hit. You can see he's on his own island here. I don't know what the building looks like. Oh, it looks like
that's cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. There's probably going to be a third part. Yeah, the interesting model he chose.
It looks like a Beeple painting. Let's just say that.
That was close to looking like a cow's tit there for a second. All right. Nice, Hantao. Yeah, there's probably third-party applications and services that people take. Like we saw the Pudgy Penguins map. I don't think you do that in their server. Maybe you do, or maybe you port it over. We'll see. But yeah, interested to go in there, do the world builder there, and see how it goes. This is a big moment. I mean, it's hard to.
So first of all, Buff saying, "What up, Dobs? What up, Buff?" XNFT saying, as far as Jupe goes, swapping DCA and limit orders will all boost your earnings. Apparently,
love that. Swap DCA and limit orders will boost your earnings.
Yeah, so it's just using the different features of their decks basically to trade.
Okay, XNFT coming through. We got a XNFT DM me or Gifted, and we will get you potentially into our Telegram group. I know a lot of people were asking about. There's no like public link. You kind of got to be invited.
That's VIP, bro. But yeah, XNFT got some good takes, so hit us up, bro. We'll get you an invite if you want to join.
All right, that's going to be it for me on the dashboard. I see some OP Cat, Quantum Cats. I see some NFTs on ESPN. Do we want to cover any of these?
I think we have to talk Quantum Cats.
Okay.
Like, have to.
Wait, can we briefly, because that's a deeper rabbit hole. What's happening on ESPN? What are they saying? Are they fudding everything? Are they saying it's all dead and nonsense like everybody else?
It's a very specific story, but as I'm doing my rounds, seeing an NFT story on ESPN is different. We wouldn't have seen that, in the past year, really. It's different.
Yeah.
But the story just caught my eye. I think it's hilarious and nothing more.
Okay, the former president launches his own. Oh, this was the guy that got.
Yeah.
He got walked up and kissed this female soccer player.
Yeah.
So he's dropping an NFT collection that is to support equality.
Great.
Yada yada, whatever.
Great.
Right?
Awesome.
It's just the weirdest story.
Everything makes NFTs look so great. The other interesting sort of like weird side story that we didn't cover that I just want to mention is Mercedes-Benz is integrating an NFT display into certain like I guess their software or whatever. I think it's kind of funny and cool that there's going to be a bunch of crypto bros with Mercedes rocking their JPEGs in their cars, showing off JPEGs. Whatever. Yeah, no, it's not a very big story. Oh, how we doing here?
That's what immediately where my mind went. Where's the Michelin Explorers Club?
The greatest Explorer Club to ever exist.
What kicked off the bull run? It's that.
Yeah,
true.
Let's be honest.
It is true.
Let's be honest. Give them their due.
Gifted stood up here and like stand on the art. on this. Just like absolutely.
Because they're hilarious.
Dude, there's still a quarter. What is the floor price?
Why, you getting in here, Hudah?
Absolutely.
0.23?
I do anything we show on the show, I buy.
Dude, I'm
make this not the one you do that for.
I still want I want one. I don't have one.
Oh, dude.
I need one.
I thought you had.
No, I need one.
They already did a retrospective. They were alive for like 5 seconds in 23.
This is random as hell, but just reading a Tyler tweet. Okay, like in a way, Pudgy Penguins are just like one big whale sweep away from 20 ETH. They're like, so really, there's 70 listings to 20 ETH, but man, that can be gone in an instant on Blur. So, wow.
I'm going to bring up the price floor here, and then we are closing out the episode here, guys. So any topics you want us to cover here, drop it in chat, and we will get to it, of course.
It does seem like the flippering is a narrative that people are trying to meme into existence. And so, like, what does that tell me? Like, whether or not it sustains, I feel like some whales or some big money people are going to say, like, it's worth the meme and the moment and, like, the hype and the cultural relevance. You know what I mean? It's like this, it becomes something that so many people want to happen that somehow, some way the universe is going to will this into existence. So that's why I'm starting to feel like it's almost inevitable that even if it's short-lived, even if it like just touches and then like dumps, I feel like I feel like it's becoming more likely by the day that people want this to happen.
And on the flip side, I think some of those Bored Ape sweeps we're seeing are playing into this too. Some people protecting their bags over there. I mean, it is interesting.
Now there's a whole psychology, game theory aspect of the flippering.
Who's got the biggest whales?
Whale games. Let's go.
Here for it.
You know that one thing we didn't bring up either is the addition of Wasabi. From, I believe, Flooring Protocol is the one behind Wasabi, but they allowed perps, short or long, right? Like, so perpetual contracts that allow you to short NFTs, like, and it looks pretty innovative. Like, it looks fairly easy to use. You can go to Wasabi and you can short a project if you think it's going to go down. So it's interesting to me. Oftentimes this has like a balancing effect. Like, it actually makes projects less volatile whenever you put in like these financial products, because it doesn't have the gas up or the rocket fuel up and down when it's being suppressed by things like shorts and things like that. So who knows what that has to do? I think we should bring up Wasabi potentially tomorrow and we can take a look. There was a question here in chat, so appreciate the topic being brought up. Super Arsenal saying, which ETH marketplace got the highest sales volume? It's been Blur for quite some time. It's been Blur for a very, very long time, actually. The unique buyers is where OpenSea has lost a little bit more traction, although you can see it's almost 50-50 split at this point here with Blur. So OpenSea and Blur competing on unique buyers, but yeah, OpenSea doesn't really do much volume here anymore. So
that's going to be another interesting thing, is that when and what is OpenSea 2.0? You remember that?
It's going to be called Coinbase NFT.
They teased out that OpenSea that they know that they need to make big changes. Like, remember the CEO? Like, he tweeted out, dude. Q has no time for it. All right. So are we going to hit Quantum Cats then, since all this is just nonsense?
No, I'm not saying it's nonsense. I'm just saying that they've talked a big game since the very beginning, and literally everything they've done has been the exact opposite of what they have said they were going to do. We're for creators. We're not for creators. We're for royalties. We're not for royalties. We're going to talk more. We're not going to communicate at all. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them.
Wait, who?
OpenSea.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Anyway, thanks to today's sponsors, OpenSea.io, for
we crossed them off the list.
Making this content possible.
Cross them off the outbound list. All right, here we go. What do we got?
Quantum Cats. Yeah, I mean, like easily the biggest mint over on Bitcoin in the next week, but probably bigger than that. Okay, they look like just a cat. They're actually much more. How do you even start this kind of this conversation, this explanation? Okay, ultimately, if you want one of these cats, you are going on a quest. You are diving into some research papers. You're diving into technical documentation, because what these cats actually are is a revival of old Bitcoin tech. Old tech that was like decommissioned, shut down because it was broken. This tech might allow smart contracts on Bitcoin. It's actually pretty crazy when you hear that, right? Smart contracts on Bitcoin. Now, it may actually be on an L2. I'm not sure yet. I'm still working through these documents. But long story short, there's probably no bigger, better team over on Bitcoin than the Taproot Wizards. This is their secondary collection. And if you want one of those, you got to participate in a quest. That quest, again, doing the research, making videos, some of them kind of corny, right? But you got to do them. Those videos, you go out in public, you ask people if they've seen your op cat.
Corny's the point, isn't it?
It is, man.
Isn't corny their brand, sort of? Like, just
they want memeable
and...
shit. They just want to be like funny and out there. And ultimately, they're just trying to get traction on Twitter, and it'll work. Everybody is trying to get these. I mean, like literally everyone on Bitcoin is trying to get them. And if you participate, you do have a real shot at it. So I recommend people do. I'm definitely going to. But it's all about the tech, honestly, with that one. And if they can bring smart contracts to life on Bitcoin, that's a different kind of game changer.
Yeah. And also NFT Cutie asking, is there a Say Apes yacht club? Yeah, it's called Dobs. Check it out.
I think there's also a Say Apes coming out, but
of course there is. Easy saying broken sea indeed.
It's sad, man. It's sad. I bet they feel broken inside. Like, I'm bummed for them.
I don't feel that bad for them, given how much they've extracted out of the space with giving very little back, I think.
Win token.
Fair.
When token. I do like the fact, kind of like it's kind of fucked up, but again, I don't feel bad for them. I like that. I like that the as far as narratives go, they're sort of backed into this corner where kind of the community's just decided it's like the only thing we want from you is a token. It's like
give it like, over here and
we
shut
don't
the hell
care.
up.
Do anything else doesn't really fucking matter. You can have the greatest fucking UI experience. You can do cool things for the community. At the end of the day, nobody fucking cares. Nobody cares. When token, bro.
XNFT's on fire today, saying team dead. That's what OpenSea needs to do right now. It's like, yeah, after that token drop. Oh, sorry, team dev died.
No, he's actually referring to the cats though. I'm team alive. So within the quantum cats, one of the first steps that you do on your mission. So I've actually started, I guess, because there's I have a leather wallet. We've been talking about. We have been talking about ordinals since they were a thing. From the get-go, we've been covering it and talking about it, but we mostly have been slow playing it. Seems like Hudah's actually been in it. But I finally set up a dedicated ordinals wallet yesterday. Finally, I have a leather wallet. I even funded it a little bit. So I'm ready to start dipping my toes into some ordinal waters over here. So, and this could be a really interesting one to get into. And yeah, there's a lot to it, but I do know, at least because I started looking, that one of the first steps, you get into the Discord and then you go either team alive or team dead. I'm team alive. So XNFT,
all right, dude, I'm shocked about that. Are you kidding? Your team alive?
Well, because you're right. My whole brand and gift dead, you'd think I'd be dead, but I assumed that most people were going to go that way. And I'm hoping that the game theory there is that I have a better chance.
I think based on reactions, at least when I saw yesterday, I think there were way more alives. I got to double check. I got to double check this, man. I'm team dead. I think so is Biggie.
NFT Cutie's dead to me for saying that.
Wow. I mean, I actually love him even more for saying that, because you're right. That's what makes them great, is amazing art.
I think, I don't know. I'll research.
Look, fantastic episode of NFT Live today. We had a bunch of daubers in for their first time. A lot of people's first NFT live show ever. We appreciate you guys very much. The
LFD.
The regulars as well. I thought Gifted was like gonna pull something out there. XNFT, NFT Cutie, Easy and Crypto, Super Arsenal, Folk You, Buffalo, Cam Taylor, Marty McFly. There's been Simply Sunday. You guys have been rocking it the whole time. The chat has been lit throughout. So we will be back tomorrow. Again, Thursday episode of NFT Live should be as lit as this one. We're going 5 days a week from here on out, man. We're going to be here throughout the whole bull market with you to lead you, to guide you, to have you guide us. All of these things. So appreciate it.
A lot of dobbing to dob, man.
Stop dobbing.
Our vibe, our tribe. I'll let these guys go out here. Let's start with Hudah and then Gifted. You could send us.
If you could drop a link for me in the chat.
Got you.
Guys, if you're familiar with Zeely, I hope you are, right? If not, it's a place you go to do quests for things. What kind of things, right? No, there's something a lot of the projects have in common on Zeely. You're trying to rank up on a leaderboard, get the most points for what? Again, I can't tell you anything, but Crypto Slam is doing a Zeely quest. I highly recommend you participate. Highly recommend you participate.
Ooh, a little. I'm gonna wink myself there.
Right.
Yeah, the link itself doesn't take me because I'm not logged in, but I did drop that into chat. So you probably need to sign up for Zeely beforehand. But I dropped it in chat. I hear you, Hudah. I like it.
Somebody say point.
No.
Yo, shout out Jack's Hideaway down there saying, I'm loving the 5 days. You know what? Love to hear that. And I hope that your event goes very well tonight. I'm not going to make it. I think Kane Mayfield's actually out here for it. So it's going to be lit. And if y'all don't know, Jack's Hideaway is like a super dope location doing very, very cool music events here in LA. And so I think his event's tonight. And if so, Jax, I wish you the best and say what up to Kane Mayfield from the Web3 fam. Love that dude. Q, I just wanted to say I'm excited to see what Dob you dress up as tomorrow. Which of your Dobs?
I'm gonna get a naked Dob.
I'm very excited to see
Wow.
how that goes. And that's it, I guess. We will be back tomorrow with GM Web3 and more NFT Live. And yeah, LFD. I'm trying to make Let's Fucking Dob LFD a thing.
I see that.
I love it.
That's it. Our vibe, our trap.